y'all, it's American Mom on Southern Mom. I'm going to be reacting to The Sopranos today, and this is episode 7. I'm excited. I haven't seen this in a while. I need to see what Tony and the gang's up to. So I'm just ready. All right, let's do this. Are they drunk?
6,
What?
7, 9, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, floor, kick, turn.
What's going on here? Come on, stand up on your feet. Let's go. Come on.
They're going to throw up.
Mr. Meskerman,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't want to hear this.
Is that alcohol in your breath?
Oh, no.
Anthony sometimes has trouble following the rules, weighing consequences.
Staring right at him.
At times doesn't think before he acts. And it's thought that there's a good possibility Anthony could be ADD.
Let me ask you a question. These other kids, you keeping an eye on them? Are you testing them? The ones that are named Soprano?
There's no immediate plans for that.
Oh, here we go.
I practically lived in that vice principal's office.
Could we not, please?
Well, you only remember what you want to remember. Yeah, well, I must have had another son who stole a car when he was 10 years old. Yeah, he could barely see over the steering wheel.
He was a hellion, this one. Him and his little crew. They used to steal lobsters on the boats on the shore and sell them for $1 a piece down on Bloomfield Avenue.
Really?
How many times do I gotta say this? I don't want that kind of talk in front of this kid.
And every day, you're going to ride your bike over to Green Grove Retirement Home and visit Grandma.
Oh, that'll be nice.
It's not fair.
She's like, don't punish me.
Are you in the mafia?
She talked to you about me?
Talk to me? Something happened on that college trip?
Happened. Like what?
I don't know. She seemed peculiar when she got back.
I think pretty soon we're gonna have to, talk to her about the business.
ADD is a controversial subject.
Is it a disease or is it a way for these psychologists to line their pockets?
A little from column A.
Many children can
from
really
column B.
benefit by professional intervention.
He got in a little trouble.
So you don't consider his behavior out of the norm?
No.
One pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all.
Hey, Johnny! Johnny, come on!
When she's 10 feet.
Uncle June, what are you doing here so early?
Hey, Anthony, where's your old man? He said he'd be waiting outside.
See you, Ma.
Okay. Be good.
So, he's his son. His son is him.
One more day, man. One more day. You fucking piece of shit. There's gonna be a huge payoff, man.
Oh, he's going to see his dad beat the crap out of somebody.
Makes me feel.
First time I ever saw him whack the shit out of somebody.
What made you think about that?
Something to do with my son, I think, what's been going on. This was different, though. You could tell he knew what he was doing.
How did you feel about your father after that? Being engaged in illegal activities?
I never really knew about it.
When did you find out?
Who remembers?
What you thought of that incident this morning? Are you concerned that your son is going to find out about you? These are left.
The quicker you answer, the faster we'll be
The
done.
horse is leaving the barn.
Maybe he's watching South Park. #1 was supposed to be on tonight. The one where Cartman gets abducted by aliens, and they give him an anal probe, and it makes him fart fire.
Like father, like son, right? What about daddy's little girl?
Meet my grandson.
This is your grandson?
He rode his bike all the way over to visit his grandma. How do you
Why is
like
she
that?
happy?
How come he's not in school?
Because he was a bad boy.
How?
Yes, he was. That's why.
Here we go.
He's a big one.
Dad goes.
He does not.
Yes, he does.
He does not.
Yes, he does.
To a psychiatrist?
To some guys.
He does not.
He does too.
Oh God, how long
Why
is
do
this
you
going
say
on?
that? That's ridiculous.
Because it's true. I heard him and Mom talking about it.
What does he need a psychiatrist for?
What'd they say?
That you were in the mafia?
What do you think?
I don't know. There were all those guys at Uncle Jackie's funeral, and those other guys writing down license plate numbers and taking pictures. Those were feds, right? Just like in Godfather 1.
You didn't see me on that web thing, did you?
No.
That's right.
Do you hold your father responsible for what you've become?
Yeah, sometimes I think about what life would have been like if my father hadn't gotten mixed up in the things he got mixed up in. How life would have been different.
Dad, where are you going? Can I come too?
Your mother wants you to help her get the screens down to the basement.
No, I want to go with you guys. He said no.
I could stick this fork in your eye.
Oh.
She wasn't gonna do it. Holy shit, that's why I'm remembering all this.
Why wouldn't he take him as well?
My heart was broken.
You felt your father was showing favoritism.
What is that?
Guy's name was Chicky Sasso. My father's cousin on his mother's side. Got out of Vietnam on account of the cops blew his kneecap off. He's using my sister Janice as a front. All the guys brought their daughters so that when they did their business, it looked sweet and innocent.
Let this be a lesson to you. Those stupid cops. They went to the wrong place. Arrested the wrong guys. How's my little girl? You all right, sweetheart?
I'm okay.
Show those fucking sons of bitches.
What's up, Rocco? So, everything okay here?
I don't understand. The man your father beat up was the same one who was congratulating him?
Yeah, one of them. But I'll tell you something. I was proud to be Johnny Soprano's kid. When he beat the shit out of that guy, I went to the class. I told him how tough my father was.
Have you communicated any of this to your son?
Not in so many words.
Not in any words.
Probably not at all.
Reno is growing by leaps and bounds, Livia. It's a chance to get in on the ground floor. After Rocco gets the book up, he's gonna open a new supper club. He wants me to run it.
A supper club? Are you drunk? They are not going anywhere. I'd rather smother them with a pillow than take them to Nevada.
Always with the drama.
I'd be terrified of her as well. That's
Livia, there you
my
are.
job.
Didn't Dad want to go with him?
Your father? No.
Yeah, he did. Dad wanted to go with him. You wouldn't let him.
Let him? What do you mean? Well, if it
Sounds-
bothers you, maybe you better talk to a psychiatrist.
Well, what are you talking about, a psychiatrist?
Well, that's what people do when they're looking for somebody to blame for their life, isn't it?
You're a real stone player, aren't you, Ma? You threaten to smother his children.
What does that mean?
You know, everybody thought Dad was the ruthless one, but I gotta hand it to you. If you'd been born after those feminists, you would have been the real gangster.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What constitutes a fidget?
Tony.
No, what constitutes a fidget? I mean, so what if he fidgets? He's in school. Who doesn't fidget in school? And he doesn't wait his turn. The kid's in puberty. He gets a hard on every 10 minutes, for Christ's sake.
Anthony is a borderline case.
Oh, he's not a case. He's a 13-year-old boy. That's the trouble with you people. Every time you see a problem, you turn it into a disease. He's a kid who made a mistake, and he's gonna pay for it. But he's gonna be fine. Come on. You're not depressed. You're sad and you're angry because you did something stupid and you got grounded. And you can't watch TV, you're playing your fucking computer for 2.5 weeks. It's gonna stay like that.
Aw. Bonding over ice cream. I enjoyed that episode. Like father, like son. I don't know what the title of this episode was, but if I had to give it a title, it'd be like father, like son. So all this testing and ADD, and it was because Anthony Jr. and his friends drank some wine at school. Then they went to PE class, threw up on the teacher's shoes, and smelled alcohol in their breath. Okay, so then they do all this testing and stuff. But it brings up memories for Tony and his childhood. And he starts remembering like a lot of stuff. Either he's forgotten it or like he's always known this, but like he's just finally sharing it with the therapist now. His mom's a piece of work. She threatened him twice that we know of. And he was like, she wasn't going to do it. I'm going to stab your eyes out with this fork. You won't take those kids, I'll smother them to death. Okay. And then she always takes everything as, psychiatrist. The way she talks without moving her mouth. She thinks that by Tony seeing a psychiatrist, a therapist, that he's going there and talking all about her. Which she does come up, but it's not, she's thinking that he's trying to get his digs just about her. But we saw that his dad was in this business with Uncle Junior, and he thought his sister was always getting the special attention, but she was being used as a cover to go to the fair. Haven't seen all that stuff firsthand. He saw him beat up a guy firsthand and then be arrested. And then he heard the argument about, his dad was wanting to go with Rocco's family. They were going to Nevada, and he had an opportunity to go, but the mom didn't. That's when she was going to smother the kids. She wasn't wanting to go. So I think in Tony's mind, he's like, genetically, I took after my dad. Anthony Jr. is going to take after me. And if we would have moved, could have had this whole other life, this whole other... Yeah, we've all thought that at some point. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. From the past. Didn't happen. Okay, move on. So, but like the therapist said, we have free will and it's choices that we make. He's having to deal with a lot of stuff. I don't think I know how Tony's dad passed. I don't want to know. I mean, don't tell me in the comments, but I don't think they've told me yet in the show. Was it when he was younger? Did something go wrong? Like a job? You know what I mean? This illegal business. Did something go wrong, or was it just of old age, like later in life? I really don't remember. But anyway, I'm sure we'll get some more backstory when he was young. But a lot of this was a lot of flashbacks and stuff. So I'm only going to be able to show 10 minutes of it. I want to stick to that. So Tony he still hasn't sat down with Anthony Jr., which he needs to do soon, because Meadows kind of told him about the mafia. And then he kind of brought it up, and then Anthony Jr. was like, I saw people on the news and on this board, and he was like, was I on there? Was I wanted? Was I, and he was like, no. And he was like, okay. That'd have been the time to say, look, Because he's 13 or whatever. He's old enough to know some of this stuff, but he still hasn't said anything. And they had a nice little ice cream moment at the end. Just spending time with him, and I don't know. They need to have the talk though, because he's, you know, he sees what's going on. I mean, he was even younger when he saw everything his dad was doing, Tony. So he has to know that his son suspects and knows things. He has to just come out with it. I feel like something's going to bite him in the butt about that. I hope his son doesn't get involved in anything down the line and gets hurt. Because he wants to, you know, metaphorically jump in the trunk and ride along and follow his dad sometimes just to see what he's doing. And then, like, get in a situation. I don't know. I'm looking too far into that probably. But that's what just comes to my mind. Because I'm like, he's going to wonder. Like, every time you leave now, like, you know, are you doing something? It's a good episode, though. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm ready to see another one next week. Thank y'all for watching it with me. And until the next video and the next time, bye.